Cover greetings. It's been a while, but we're back. Happy New Year.
Happy 2026.
2026, yeah. We're back. We're getting started and rolling, and I believe that we're going to have an exciting year. Beautiful things to come and wonderful conversations that we are going to have. And today we have a beautiful conversation, I believe, one that is very, very important. We are talking about how to make your home a safe place for everyone. The world is crazy out there, a lot of crazy stuff happening, and no one is exempted. Adults in the home, children, everyone is affected from every angle. They go to school, they have their own encounters, and adults will go to work or places of work, we encounter different things, and so everyone needs a place they can go to and feel safe and be comfortable and feel loved and feel cared for, and momentarily just make them forget everything that they've been through, they've faced out there, the battles that are out there. It's very, very important.
It's more about having a place you're looking forward to get to. When everywhere else becomes unlivable, when it becomes toxic, when it becomes suffocating, when it feels draining, when you just want to vanish. It's about having that one place that you can't wait to get back to. Having faces you can't wait to see. Having voices you can't wait to hear. And at the point that you do get to see those faces and hear those voices, you feel alive again. You feel like this is what life should be. And most cases when we talk about a home, selfishly, funny enough, in many cases we prioritize ourselves as parents. We're talking about a husband and a wife, but that
their children also.
It is a very selfish perspective. There are children. As a matter of fact, husband and wife, you've got options. You are adults. You know the world around you. But what about these little humans that did not apply to be here? These little humans that don't know anybody else but the two of you. These little humans that if you get upset as a dad, for example, you might want to walk out. Go take a walk or even sleep out, some of you. If you get upset as a mom, you probably think, I'm going to go to my parents and stay over for a bit and breathe. But then there's these little ones that don't have the freedom to make a choice to stay out of the home. These little ones that don't know where else they're going to go. All they know is you. How much are we thinking about them?
But even the adults as well. The truth is, adults may have options, but most of those options are temporal. It's a temporal fix. Maybe, meet friends out there, watch a game. If it's a man, as a lady, maybe go out and gossip a little with friends. But at the end of the day,
those same friends are not even a safe place. It's when we fell here in the center as a family, the very people we begin to gossip with or think as men that we are airing out to are the people that worsen the situation. At the end of the day, all of you are going to scatter after the game.
Exactly.
And you have somewhere to go back to. And don't have.
That's where I was going to say. We create these temporal places that we think we can run to. But at the end of the day, you go home. Because at the end of the day, that's where you go back to.
It's home.
And some people abandon this family and try to go somewhere else, but you are just trying to recreate the same thing. You are trying to find another home you can go to. At the end of the day,
replacing
you're just replacing what's not working. So at the end of the day, there has to be a home that you go to. So why not fix this one?
Because if you restart with friends, there's a chance it's going to break down the same way this has broken down.
Exactly.
If you go get a girlfriend as a man thinking, it's restless at home, I need a place of peace. If you don't know what made your own home restless, you are going to recreate the chaos.
It will be the same thing. So you are just creating a loop for yourself. It is one thing.
Going circle.
You're just going circles. So what we are talking about today is, can we learn and be deliberate to make our homes a safe place for everyone, a place that
livable place.
You look forward to. You can't wait to knock off from work. You can't wait to leave your social groups out there. You can't wait to, your children can't wait to leave school.
Yeah.
They want to run home. Everyone wants to run home.
A place that when you cry, when you're breaking, and it's hard for you to break in front of the whole world. You feel like, I want to run home and go cry from home.
As your safe haven, you know, as a place where you know you are secure, you are safe.
Now, talking about that, what are some of the things that make a place unsafe? Though, because sometimes we keep talking about make a safe place, but then the question is, what makes a place unsafe? I would begin by saying judgmental attitudes. I don't know what else you think, but I think judgmental attitudes where if somebody airs out, we are quick to look wiser than them. We are quick to dismiss their feelings and think we are giving advice, where if somebody says, I'm feeling like this, oh, it's because you're not good at this, it's because you're mismanaging this. You
see, because the truth is this, safe places are not always places of solution. But safe places are places where someone can just hear you out.
I love that.
So sometimes as couples we forget when someone is speaking, not just couples but in a household, even children, when they are speaking or sharing what they are going through, what they are feeling, what they are struggling with, sometimes we begin to offer solutions. Sometimes what people are looking for are not solutions.
Sometimes people just need to breathe.
They just want to be heard because probably they already know that what I'm dealing with has no solution. Maybe it is just a matter of time. Maybe it is a process of life. So they just want to know that someone understands what they are going through.
Sometimes it's a point of weakness. All of us as human beings have got things we can handle and things we cannot handle. But life demands. For example, if you are not a very social person, you are an introvert, school, general school, pre-class to grade 11 or 12 is a headache. Because you can't handle crowds. But how many families can afford to homeschool you? So while a lot of kids are having fun with school and they are enjoying school, there's a whole bunch of kids that are surviving 13 years of their lives because every day the thought of walking into school is hell. And there's no solution to that. You can't tell a kid, well, you'll get a job tomorrow. It doesn't matter that I'm going to get a job. I don't like being around so many people. That's it. And I don't like the drama that they create around me. Or maybe there's kids that can't speak up for themselves. Or even just as adults, you know. We like to just not have confrontation of things, so we are laid back and people take advantage of that, and people who are like that find it very toxic to be in crowded places. So there's no solution to that. Sometimes you just want to listen.
So apart from the judgmental attitude, sometimes people feel that they are not being heard, they are not being understood, because you see, here's something. It's important, if you know the solution, to offer solution. But the truth is this: there are certain issues when I begin to share, when I just want someone to hear what I'm experiencing and what I'm going through. When you begin to offer solution, it makes the other person feel stupid. Because it's like, how come you never thought? It's like, you think I've never tried that? I don't know if you've been there, where you share your problems and people keep trying to say, do this, and everything they're telling you, you've tried them before. So you need to be you need to be wise enough when someone is sharing, more especially in a home setup, when they are sharing their situation. You need to be wise enough to be able to discern, are they sharing because they have to air it out, someone has to hear them and they just want assurance that you understand what they are going through, or they are asking for help, for solution. So there has to be that. But I think, what can we do? I'm thinking this conversation to lean more on what can we do to make our homes a safe place, a safe haven for everyone. I think the first thing is understanding the fundamental truth taught by our Lord Jesus Christ. When he was asked what is the greatest commandment? And in Matthew, that is in Matthew chapter number 22. Yeah. Verse 36, someone said, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And Jesus said in verse 37, Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." Verse 38, "This is the first and greatest commandment." Verse 39, "And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself." Now, the greatest question that Jesus also was asked and he answered was, "Who is my neighbor?" And according to Jesus,
what's his answer?
He gives the parable of the Samaritan, the Good Samaritan. Perfect. But in this case, the neighbor begins with the very people that are around you, the people that you live with, your spouse, your children. Those are your neighbors. John says, how can you say that you love God and yet you hate your brother or your sister
whom you can see,
or a person whom you can see? So
how much more whom you are actually sharing the bed with, whom you are being intimate
and
with,
to whom you gave birth to. So I think creating a safe place in a home begins with understanding this truth. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Do unto others.
I have to love you as I love me. I have to love my children as I love me. It is at that point, because that brings me to the point that Jesus also made. He said, "Do unto others as you would want them to do to you." Okay? So what I desire you as my wife to do for me, I should do it for you.
Exactly.
And if you understand that truth and what you would want me to do for you, you do it for me, we have created an equilibrium. Yeah. Meaning that as I come home, if I want someone to listen to, I will come with eagerness to listen to how your day was, while you are also looking with eagerness to hear how my day was. Yeah. So we are both having, so this is the basic truth that sometimes lacks even in homes. Yeah. Amazingly. Where
actually most cases it's lacking in homes. A lot of people know how to be considerate at work because it's part of work policy. Because if they don't follow it, they're going to lose a job. Yeah. A lot of people know how to follow it in social settings because they are trying to win friends.
So we are neighborly at church, we are neighborly out at work, we are neighborly out there.
Wonderful to other people's wives, but mean to their own wife. Wives who are respectful to every other man, but mean to their own husbands. Children who are respectful out there to teachers because they're going to be dismissed from school, but disrespectful to their own parents. And at the end of the day, we have mastered the art of being good for benefits and for the fear of loss, because it is law, to the extent that we have forsaken the idea of being good, being an awesome, wonderful, livable with person, because it is core and valuable in our homes.
And you see what Jesus' definition of neighbor was, my neighbor is one who, a neighbor is one who does right by his friend.
It doesn't matter if you know each other.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you come from the same
So the
family
definition of being neighborly, being a good neighbor, is doing right by the next person. So meaning that we might be living together like this, and yet I'm not your neighbor because I'm not doing right by you. So
the typical example that Jesus gives is a man who traveling gets attacked, beaten, and robbed, and thrown by the roadside.
And the seemingly good people who are expected to do right, they bypass him
they
because...
just look and they ignore.
Yes, because for whatever reason. And then the unlikely person
is the one who stops.
Comes.
Now, for me, I want us to think about what did this person do that showed what being a good neighbor is. He nursed. Wounds.
He nursed wounds, took him to the hospital,
paid bills,
the bills,
spent money,
and show concern that shows that he had to do a follow-up.
He did a follow-up. He says, he
requested
me know. Let me know the progression after this.
So that is being neighborly. So we have to learn to be neighborly in our own homes.
Now let's bring it home. Nursing wounds. There's physical wounds as was in that story. Beaten. There are parents, some of us, that our children will be beaten, but they cannot even come and say at home because their own parents are bullies. They're going to tell them, how did you get beaten and you did nothing about it? So the child feels ashamed to share their own wounds. Sometimes we have become parents that children in our homes have been raped and we don't know. How did we get here as a family where a child should be raped, but they find it easier to open up outside than to us as parents, than to us as a sibling, Physical wounds where a child is being beaten, whether by other adults or by fellow children, and they cannot tell us because they know we are not going to nurse. We're going to shame them. We won't have the time to listen. There are also emotional wounds. Our own children are moving, bleeding. They were born gentle. They were nice, cute little kids, angels. And now we just have these rough ones. We just have these rude people. And we keep saying, this one was an angel when he was young. I don't even know what happened. The question is, have you nursed the bruising that has happened over time, the negative comments that other kids make? Some of us don't realize the comments that teachers make about our children affect them so bad. Some of us, our children, are in places where they're exposed to racism. Some of them are in places where they're exposed to adults who have also been hurt by other people. So they are busy hurting kids. Making comments about appearance. Some of us, our children, are not excellent academicians, but they can survive through it. Not everybody is going to be an excellent academician. And we've got teachers making comments about future, about how useless you are and what, but we don't know that these children are bleeding emotionally. Some of us spiritually, our kids, they are kids who've survived satanic initiations. As these children are interacting,
demonic attacks.
We need to be aware there are cults, gangs. And some of our children are fighting those. Some of them have been part and they are trying to come out. And we don't know that spiritually they are bruised, they are bleeding. Our own children, some of our children have aborted, done things that spiritually have scarred them. And we don't understand why they are like that. But because they can't open up, they are scared of the judgmental attitude they'll get. They are scared of how they'll be made fun of in their own home. Some of them have been bruised in church because when people hate people in church, some of our children are not able to understand that these are people, this is not God. Somebody who's also hate, who needs Jesus, hate me. It's not Jesus who hurt me. So they want to stay away from spirituality, but we don't know. The question is, how much nursing are we doing? As a good neighbor,
and
how much nursing?
even just as a couple, each other, people work in toxic environments, terrible workplaces, and they're at a point where they have no option. This is what they have to do. They have to live with it. But when you come home, you know, am I there to nurse your brokenness, your pain, your frustration, your disappointment?
Yeah.
You know? Or I just take it, you know.
Don't be petty.
Don't be petty.
Know
you just
the
have to
boundaries
live with
between
it.
work and
You know?
your life.
Yeah, so these are some of the things that we have to consider.